Good afternoon. Today is definitely a video making day. This is my personal Apex in gray and with the aqua strap. And this has been my storage unit for all of 2013. And it's kind of crazy. This is all of my calendars. And when I say all of my calendars, I mean, I think I tried everyone on the planet this year. These are primarily Filofax and Franklin Covey. I did try a day timer, a day runner, a mead, things like that. But most of the exploration I had was during school semesters trying to figure out the best way to organize. So I thought I would actually show you what this past year has looked like in the madness, because it's kind of an overview of every calendar that exists. So let's just bend that back and lay flatter. So what I started with here, I just thought I would throw in a 2013 just to kind of sum it up. And then this is when I used to use other products like wire-bound and stuff. So when I first came into Filofax, I've been using them for, I don't know, almost 20 years. But when I first came back to it this last December, about a year ago, I bought a gray Malden and I bought some pages, but in the beginning I kind of used what I had floating around, so you'll see how that works. But first I have here are my monthlies, and in the beginning I didn't really utilize them so much. I'm going to try and turn it like this. You know, a little bit this and that, just most of it was just financial. A little bit there, a little decoration, nothing crazy, things like that. And then I ended up wanting to try the vertical, the horizontal with the lines by Filofax with the tabs. I didn't like it at all. I ended up, because I bought them, I cut the tabs off and put them onto this one here. This is what, this is how I started doing, like blue was school, black was my internship, green was money, red was workouts, you know, so that's kind of how I was doing that. So yeah, but then for my other pages, for 2012, this came with one of my Filofaxes, so I started using that. But it's sloppy, it's crazy, I never liked this layout, it never worked for me. So then I found some of these day planner ones, and I stamped my own day, so then I had my to-dos, my schedule, my don't forgets, so I kind of like that. That worked out well, but then I had to make my own stuff and I couldn't look at the days anywhere, and I didn't really like that. If they made this the way they made on day, for like a day on 2 pages that was predated, that would be pretty darn close to perfect. The one they have now has these huge to-do boxes and then the appointments here, and I don't like the layout of Filofax's 2 pages per day. So I used this for a while and then I kind of moved on. So let's find the next one. Oh, after I had that, I actually did buy, let me see, let's find it. I did buy this one, but I don't like this. I would rather do like appointments and then journaling and note keeping and then to-dos. I just don't like the way it's set up. So I got that and I tried it for like 3 days, as you can see, and that didn't work. So then I went back into this one, and then I think I ended up, I flip-flopped. Just figuring these are 2 days per page. I flip-flopped, and as I ended up, some of these I used throughout the year, depending on how busy I was. Other ones, somebody didn't know what kind to use, so I gave her a sampling of everything I had, all kinds of stuff. So I try not to let them go to waste, like I tried to give them away. So why not? This one's not bad, actually. I've used this a couple years ago. So I did that, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to move on to Franklin Covey. And then from Franklin Covey, I chose this week, which this fit into my Malden. It was fine. I chose this one so I could do my appointments. I had a different job then, so I had a lot more appointment-like things set up. And in here, I kept my payroll, student information, and then this is how I did all my school stuff. And this worked out well. It wasn't bad. So, you know, I have a lot of notes and things to write. So that was pretty good. But I think what ended up happening with this one is that I can't see my to-dos and my reading lists, only my schedule. And It's just my to-dos aren't like at a glance. There's no place to really put them, and that I didn't really like. And I went back to these. Threw a little bit of everything in there. So I had that. And then I ended up buying the day per page. And this one has been my favorite so far. So I had that. And I used those for a little while. And then I put a little tabs in just to kind of mark the difference of months. So I did that. And then, let's get to the next section. In here, I tried a pocket for a little while. Same setup, but the pocket's just too small for the amount of stuff I have going on. I just didn't feel like it was sufficient. And then any checkbooks, things like that didn't fit, and I didn't really like that. But I wanted to keep this kind of in chronological order, so I threw those in there too. I used it for more than, just the 2 days that you saw here. Well, I put that in between. I used it for, I think, for like a week and a half, and I just threw the full week and a half, and then I transferred things back onto this one so I would have everything done. And then I'm not sure why I flipped back to this one. And then this one ended up coming in one of mine where you have the week with the full Saturday and Sunday. Again, I don't like those. This was that tabbed one. It just made no sense for me. So these, I did a lot more decorating during the time. Oh, this is because I was on summer vacation. I felt like I didn't need a day per page. And then summer school started, and I went back to this day per page layout. I had a lot more decorating happening. Yep, I did those. And then summer school, what I think I tried doing was having a week here, like a week at a view, and in between I put a piece of paper with all my school information and stuff. But I didn't like that. I've never really liked that layout. So then, of course, I flipped back and forth. Yeah, craziness. And then for a little while, I tried this setup, which I did a video on, where I took a week at a page with notes and flipped it that way. So I could do the Franklin Covey style with the notes here, which wasn't bad. It's just kind of small. Wasn't bad. There was nothing wrong with it at all. I don't know. So yeah, there's a lot going on. So that it worked in a way. Anyhow, moving on. Then I tried Franklin Covey again because I wanted a bigger monthly calendar, and which was fine. And then I basically had like a week. I had my week here, and I'll show you what I put in between. So in between, I would do a page like this. And this would have all my to-dos. So anything S was school-related, $ was money, E were emails, W would be work, things like that. So I would kind of code that way. And then this I did school stuff. So the day it was due would be Wednesday. It was therapeutic exercise. Tuesday was modalities. So I would basically put the assignment, like the day it was due, which class it was for. That was okay. It wasn't bad. It's not that any of them don't particularly work. I guess just after a while, part of me gets bored. I want to change, or I change the binder I'm using, and this won't fit in some of my slimmer ones. I had seasons because that's what I was using way back in the day here. So I changed back to that one for a little while. Just thought it might work. And of course I changed back. But, and then I ended up trying this one, A Day Per Page by Franklin Covey. Some of these you can buy in quarter packs. So it's like $10 to try a quarter pack. And then I did Shop Runner, where you can, I never bought any of these without a discount and free shipping. So that worked out really, really well. So I tried this one. Again, it's not bad. I don't know why. I just didn't like it. Who knows? This one started in October or September. This was an October start. So it goes October to October. So some of these have phased. Some of them I bought at different times in the year. I think Her Point of View might have been like a June start. This one was an October start. And then, of course, I went back to this one. So you can see the common theme here of what I end up going with. So this has been the one I've been sticking with the most. And then these are just my student records and attendance things. And this is how I use this in a separate section of my planner. So I would have like my personal calendar, my monthly and my daily, or whatever the flavor of the month, whatever I was using. And this was in a separate section. And this was just school stuff. So I had this, so you could see why it needed its own calendar. This was just my school for a little while. Sorry about the lighting. So what ended up happening is when I was doing this one and tried experimenting with this, it came from this calendar. So I kind of flip-flop. I used some of this for school stuff, and then I ended up using it for trying it as my actual calendar. So I kind of moved back and forth as to how I'm using these. And then I took a lot of pages, whatever pages I have, a lot of leftover ones. I gave, I think, 5 different varieties to somebody to try for like 3 months. So a quarter pack of like 3 different kinds or something. And then I'm making a creative Filofax. One just kind of like an inspiration book of things that I like, clothes that I like, looks that I try to aspire to, or, yoga poses or people that are in wonderful shape. I'm a personal trainer, and I just, the human physique to me it's just beautiful. So I love different kind of yoga poses, inspirational quotes. I mean, you name it. So a lot of my pages, since I'm covering them with pictures and with washi tape and stickers, I'm using whatever remaining pages I have, and I just cover things up and decorate them. I'm going to do a video on that sometime. So I end up using those pages. I just try to recycle them. I'm going to hang on to them. One time I lit a beautiful Sunday afternoon fire with some of my old pages. But, I try not to just trash them. I try to recycle them the best that I can. So I might even make a little coloring book kind of set up for my niece and nephew with some of the old pages, so they can, just play and have their own. The dates are going to be irrelevant to them. So, but this is my storage binder for 2013. It shows a very crazy, indecisive history. But it's kind of interesting when I look back, because now I'm seeing the things that worked and why, which is nice. So who knows what 2014 will bring, but if I ever decide, instead of spending the money again, if I want to do something, it's nice to have the variety, look back to and say, wow, gee, that wasn't enough room. So hopefully that 1 year of exploration, this will be my reference when I start to get that itch to try something different. I can look back to this and say, wow, well, that fit with what I've just done in the past week. So that's that. So thanks for watching. Just kind of wanted to show you a little bit. So if you're shopping for calendars, you can save yourself a lot of time and money, and just take a peek at this. So that's all. Happy holidays.